What's going on, Nomad? Welcome in. How are we doing? How's your mom and them? How you feeling, man? No, last time we talked, you were in the hospital. I am back. We went out of town for a couple days and went to Indiana to see my mom. My grandpa's not doing too well. And yo, what's going on, Dad? Just telling everybody we just got back from Indiana. Saw Mom. Grandpa Arthur's not doing well. Uh, but I'm back. I got my cherry picker. I got the new jack cylinder on it finally. So we are going to be finishing pulling this LS swap. The Newport, the 64 Newport that I'm putting this LS in is has been delayed multiple times now, but it is supposed to be coming. It is supposed to be coming, so we'll see what happens with that. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and get this motor and trans out so I can take this roller and get it stored and out of the damn way because it's just taking up a bunch of space. Luckily, I've got a good tow pig here pulling vehicles around. I got a little 1.6 liter 5-speed Kia Soul. It does all right. But we're going to see what we can do. I think when we left last time, we are missing, well, we got to take off motor mount bolts. Our starter has to come off so we can get to the crank sensor wiring, our trans cross member, exhaust flanges, and drive shaft. And then we're hooking this bad boy up and, yeah, yanking it out. Unfortunately, this stream, a lot of this is going to be underneath, and I have no way of getting video under there right now. That's something that we hopefully can bring in later in time. I don't want to go too crazy on my setup here in the barn, just where I can nose vehicles in, because I'm working on getting my garage up outside over here, and that's where like the actual setup's going to be. I plan on having a camera that I can pull up under vehicles to show you guys what I'm working on and things like that. So we're getting there, but just bear with me in the meantime. I do have the wireless mics. These are pretty cool. They allow me to capture my audio wherever I go here in the barn or in the under the vehicle or whatever. And from what I can tell, you guys can hear me really well. I guess something I did add since last time I was on here is I've got a screen mounted on the wall on the pegboard, and I've got an HDMI running through. I'm duplicating the screen that has my OBS and my chat on it. Sorry to hear about Grandpa Arthur. Yeah, well, man, he's in his 80s. You know, that COPD as I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette. I know. But, yeah, can Cleve see my chat? That's actually Cleve's account. It's signed in on my tablet right here. I've got it. I use it as a backup account. That way I can monitor my stream and make sure it's coming through. Cleveland rarely gets, I think he's got in here like 2 or 3 times. You're in the YouTube chat, though, and that is in the Twitch chat. But anyway. But yeah, so I can see my chat over here. I can, at least. But yeah, we're going to get started on this. I'm not very motivated. It's fucking hot. We'll grab my tea real quick. It's right here in the studio. And I'll be right back out, guys. Of course, you'll hear me on the mic the whole time. Don't forget to check out Smokey1312. He's on Twitch right now too, streaming here in the studio.
What up?
Word up.
Playing high on life. Come watch.
Right. Hell yeah. So yeah, I don't think there's any issues with the 2 streams. It seems like all of our stats both look pretty good. I'm streaming at like 6,000 kilobits per second. We're not 1440 streaming, but there's no need to because this camera sucks. This is a $30 Amazon camera I got when I started. I can't believe it's working as well as it does, so we're doing all right. Okay, so we are going to have a 14 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, and probably a pick so we can get this starter off, and so we can, sorry, I was turning that tablet down. So I need the pick for the wiring harness, 10 for the plastic pieces that hold it down, 14 to pull the starter. And we're going to grab us a good old 6-inch extension. I'm going to crawl up here under the passenger side real quick, guys, and get this starter. This will be the last bit of the harness. Once I get it, I can take this whole harness and toss it over the fender or whatever to get it out of the way. I did discharge the AC since you guys saw this last. I am not going to disconnect the power steering system yet. I don't know if the customer's going to end up using this power steering. I don't know what we're using just yet. So if need be, we'll disconnect that later on, but I don't want the mess in here. I'd rather do that outside with a drain pan, and if I drip, I'm dripping in the gravel and not in my barn. Because the motor can come out just fine even with that sitting there. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and slide in probably from the front and get back here to the starter. I might go ahead and bring a 1/2-inch ratchet and a 15 millimeter. That way I can get to these exhaust bolts while I'm under here. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and probably bring a 3/4 with me as well, or a 19. For the trans cross member bolts. Those might be 18s actually. We'll bring that too. I'm going to grab a couple tools though. We're going to shimmy our fat butt up under here and see what we can do. Which we can do it all. Don't worry about that. No concerns. Now, the only bad setup here, Dad, if you're still listening, is that I can't check my chats when I'm underneath. He called me last week about the water. Yeah. I reckon he had to dig up part of the driveway. I'm not sure what busted on him, but he was telling me about it. He called me, asking me where it was, and I told him where the shut-off boxes were and stuff. Okay. Now, under here, we have one of the most pain in the ass plugs that Chevy has ever made, and that is the oil level sending unit on the bottom of the oil pan. Like the way they designed this, it's nearly impossible to get to the clip that releases the pigtail. It's not impossible. It's a pain in the dick. Like, I don't know why they made it this way. Like, I just got it loose. It was that quick. But you have to go through the side of the connector to pop the release tab. And there's just a little window, which if you have the right tools, a pick, you can do it fairly easily. But now we're going to go ahead and bolt. I know you guys can't see this. So I'm just trying to explain what I'm doing so you know. We're going to bolt the bracket that's holding not only the wiring harness, but the 2 transcooler lines. Those will be coming out with the motor and trans. So actually, I can just go ahead and pull the harness off this bracket and then leave the bracket because the lines are staying anyway. So. Pretty cool knowing that the studio is doing exactly what I had planned on it doing right now. I got Smokey live, inside the studio. And then you've got me live out here in the garage, working on a vehicle. Now, yeah, that starter has to come out to be able to get that crank sensor plug, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and drop it real quick. Ho ho hum. Here we go. Again on my own. But now, going down the only road I've ever known. We need to get some music going in here. It's too quiet. Too quiet. Yeah, we gotta get. After we get all this or some of this done right here, we'll work on getting some music going. I'm gonna twist this bolt out. Bolt 1 of 2 in the starter. It's coming out. Which we already have the harness unplugged from the starter and unbolted. I did that earlier in one of our last streams. But I did not get the starter itself out of the way to get to that crank sensor yet. Honestly, I was tired when we ended that last stream. But I did stream for like 7 hours working on this thing, so. And usually, like, if you're not planning on doing it, if the roller's just destroyed, there's a lot more. I could have cut some corners and done this a little quicker. That was the heat shield from the starter there. You guys just heard fall down. But like I told you guys earlier when I first started this, I believe I'm going to be purchasing this roller off the customer and probably end up finding another motor and trans and just drop right back in it. So I'd like to leave as much of it intact or able to be put back as possible, just so we can fix this thing at a future date. All right, there's the other bolt out. Let's feed this starter down and not drop it on our face. That would be really freaking cool. By the way, if you guys didn't see, I am live on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Kick. Got my access back on TikTok and got my issues fixed with Kick and YouTube where they weren't wanting to stream. It wasn't wanting to work right anyway. I got all that sorted out. So now I'm back on 4 platforms at once. And I am monetized on 3 of those platforms. So my work here can make me some money in a lot of different ways. Let's not drop that starter. All right, it is out. And then our little crank sensor sits right behind it. And now, other than this AC wire right here that goes up, I'll have to get it from up top. We should be able to just pull that harness straight out. I know I brought the tools for the exhaust and all that, but unfortunately, I do need to get up and down a little bit and check. All good. Got to go back to work. All right. I love you, Dad. Hope you have a good day. We've got a little harness right here. Then I forgot to unplug from the AC compressor. Not a big deal, but that is our last connector that needed to be undone. Then we got, and I'm guessing high pressure sensor. Or low pressure sensor, maybe. I don't know. It's one of the pressure sensors for the AC. Right there. Got that out of the way. Okay, that's got a little clip on it to hold it in place. And if you just pry these, GM did really cool. I like their connectors, the little hoop connectors they've got. You just put a flat tip, a knife, a pick, anything in it, and just pop it, and it just unlocks and snaps open. You don't have to cut zip ties and shit that way. It makes it a lot easier in the end, honestly. Okay. And that, ladies and gents, that is an entire LS and 4L60 wiring harness. It sounds like a lot. It sounds like a big ass job, but if you guys can see right here, that's everything that runs this truck. There's 2 sub harnesses that do go to the coils. I'll give you guys that much. One main plug plugs in, and then it splits and goes to each coil. But this is what runs a modern Chevrolet V8 right here. It looks like a lot, but I mean, it's 4 foot of harness. There's just a lot plugged into it. And if you get a standalone harness, they're even smaller. It's pretty crazy, actually. But at this point now, these two transcooler lines will be coming with us. These guys are undone. And as soon as I start pulling the motor, I should be able to get to that last AC mount bracket and just pull the AC off and leave it connected to its hoses. I need to tape these up. I just remembered that. Somewhere here, I've got some masking tape. We'll go with the big boy stuff. Just don't want anything getting up in these lines. I forgot to do this earlier today when I pulled this system down the correct way, because you guys know I did. Yeah, I should have done that earlier, but we'll have to flush the system out, pull a vacuum, get all the moisture out and everything like that if we were to ever put it all back together. Anyways, it's not a huge deal, but I don't want any foreign material, bugs, bees, dirt, dust, what have you, in there. So, all right. And 4. Okay, starters out of the way. We've got exhaust. I think the motor mounts, I'm just gonna probably unbolt from, well, no, I'm gonna unbolt them from the frame rail. There's just 3 on each side. They're gonna be a little bit pain in the ass to get to, but not too bad. Because I want all the room to get that trans out of there. The flange bolts are gonna be a pain in the ass. I soaked them last time we streamed this in an attempt to make life easier on myself. And now you can't even tell that I did. It's just kind of been that long, and you know, it is what it is. Hopefully some of that penetrating will soak down in there. Maybe made our life easier. I don't count on it at all, but we'll see what fucking happens, because we're about to go down there and torque on them a little bit. Don't put it down, put it up. I'm going to tell myself that constantly. I don't know if it's like an ADHD thing or what, but dude, like I'm constantly just setting things down random places rather than just actually putting them up. Cheers. All right, well, we can go unbolt the transmission mount right now. Motor mounts. Start on the exhaust. And then we will have drive shaft and motor mounts, right? No. Yeah, drive shaft, motor mounts, trans mount, exhaust. That's all we got. I am going to go out here and grab a cinder block and chalk this back wheel, though, because it tried to roll forward on me a little bit earlier when me and Smokey pulled it in. And I would rather it not roll when I drop this drive shaft. So let me walk out here. You guys can at least hear me. And we'll do it to it. Alrighty. Go ahead and lay down here on the dusty ground again and see what we can figure out on all this. Now, I do have a little bit better angle where this is a 2-wheel drive up under here on these exhaust studs. If I go from this angle, so. Well, wait a minute, that doesn't feel like the right size at all. It's because it's not. Ow, I just whacked my elbow. Oh, it seems I have grabbed a 5/8, not a 15. And that's why she loose. Okay. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let me see here what we got. What else can we get to? I actually can get to this bottom motor mount or AC bolt. But I'm going to need a wrench. And to be fair, breaking these nuts loose, I can probably get a wrench to them. The transcooler lines are a little bit in the way over here. I mean, I could snap them out of this bracket because they just clip in. And try to move them out of my way or maneuver them around. I'm going to grab a 15 socket and a 15 wrench along with, I think it's a 15 to take the AC bracket off as well. The good news is we got a big old long 15 right here, so that'll do us all right. I think the problem is my actual 15 is not where it's supposed to be. I think that's how I ended up with a 5/8 there instead. 11/16. Yeah, that'd be why right there. It's because it was not where it was supposed to be. That's a 14 millimeter right there. Got a bunch of engine parts a couple years ago from a buddy. And when I went to look through one of the bolt boxes that was in it, I found a shitload of good GP sockets. And I actually called him. I said, hey, man, is there anything of this shit you want back? Or he's like, nah, you're good. So I ended up with a bunch of really nice 3/8 sockets to match my GP half-inch sockets, too. But we're going to see what we can do. I'm going to bring an extra wrench to try to pry this loose, maybe to pop these bolts. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. I'm really hoping we can break these loose and unbolt these at the flange because I really do not want to have to cut them. Yeah, there we go. Get our other prying wrench on there. Oh, wow. So those are good and tight, I think is what they call that. Yeah, that ain't fucking happening. Not like that, it ain't. Like, you guys, I know you can't see this, but I'm actually flexing a wrench quite a bit, like way more than what's comfortable, trying to break that loose. If I put a ratchet on there, I know I'm going to break the damn thing. I would imagine what we're going to end up doing is probably taking this damn thing and cutting it right above, or right below the upstream O2 sensors. That way we can just tie it straight into the exhaust on the car. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but here we are. Not much can be done at this point. Those flange gaskets aren't leaking, at least. That's something that is going to have to be done with it out of the vehicle, though, I'd imagine, if we want to separate those. Unfortunately, I don't believe that this entire Y pipe will come out with the motor and trans. So we are going to have to grab a Sawzall and cut that, unfortunately. Other than that, right here, I really don't have shit else that I can do. I need to go a little further back to get to the transmission and then drive shaft, which I'm probably just going to go outside because the gravel dips down right outside this concrete, and I've got about 6 inches more space to lay up under there to get the shifter linkage, trans cross member, all that out. I believe that's what we're gonna do rather than laying through this way because there's 2 cross members I'd have to crawl under and my butt don't fit. So it might fit, it'll be tight. And why be squished up and uncomfortable if there's a more comfortable way to go about it, right? Another thing we're doing after we get this motor pulled on this stream is we're gonna back the truck out a little bit and grab all these parts we pulled off and start putting the electronic parts inside the cab and anything that can sit outside. So oh lordy, I do have my bolt box with every nut and bolt that we pulled off this thing in it, every push pin, clamp, whatever. Taylor Bruce said, hurry up, you motherfucker. Blue Babe 606, welcome in. Taylor Bruce, welcome in. Oh man, yeah, I know I need to hurry up. That's the cool thing though about working for yourself and at home. You can work at your own damn pace. Now, it does suck a little working in gravel, guys, but if you've done it before, you know sometimes it's all you got. And that's okay. That is okay. Because it could be worse. We could have just a driveway and no garage and no streaming and no tools, and you know, it fucking happens and it sucks. So we're gonna do the best with what we got to make it work for the time being. Oh damn! No, this thing is like OEM as OEM gets. If you know these GMs at all, the shifter cable just clips into the bracket with the 2 push pin tabs, kind of, or 2 little ears that kick out. And from factory, that there's a metal locking clip that pops in and keeps those ears pushed out. And everybody and their brother, if they replace the shifter cable for whatever reason, leaves that out. And this one was still here. Like I said, this thing is OEM. Like, there is nothing been touched on this truck ever. It doesn't seem like the intake manifold was OEM. So I don't believe it's ever been off. The shifter bracket here, all the exhaust is factory. I mean, this thing still has cats. So yeah, it's I don't think anything on this truck has ever been touched. I think it's even got an AC Delco oil filter on it still, it looks like. So yeah, it's factory as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't get more pure than this. All right, now we're gonna go up here, slide over, and see what size our transmission cross member bolts are. I believe they're 18s. I've got a 19 as well. We're gonna hold our breath and see what's what. Yep, no, they're not. Oh damn, they might be smaller than that. They might be smaller than an 18. I could have sworn they were. Are they 15s? No shit. Well, the cool news is we've got a 15 as well. We have the technology. We can rebuild it, make it stronger, faster, better. And I know this is probably not the best streaming format in the world, guys. I'm sorry, but I just wanted a way to be able to record this somehow and stream it. It's not ideal, but it does work, so at least for the most part. Getting the bottom, the trans mount nut off. so we can pull this cross member out. That way, when we go to pull the motor and transmission, the tail shaft can dip down and get out of the way. Ooh, these might be bigger. Are these big guys? These might be 21s. Oh, yeah. 13, 16, 21, something like that. Yep. Oh, gravel. Hello, gravel. My old friend. Come to stab me in the back again. I've got a rubber mat right here. I could lay under there. I'm just bitching and moaning. I don't know why I didn't, honestly. Ooh. This tumbler's got like a little sliding lid with turns to close the mouthpiece. Being down here in the barn, I found the importance of that because if you don't do that, flies get in your fucking tea and you drink them. Okay, so we're looking at like 22s to 24s, somewhere in that range. Maybe 21s. We're going to grab both and wrenches and grab a socket. Yeah. Here, Doc, look out, buddy. I got to take this little mat with me. I know, you hate me, but I don't want to lay on gravel. Oh, that's much more better. Much more better. Not laying on the fucking gravel. Hell yeah. He said, banana bread at work? Hell yeah, dude. Oh, do we have enough room to use 2 wrenches here? Yes, we do. So we got 2 bolts on each side with nuts that hold this trans cross member in place. Now, I won't be able to remove the bolts until I get my jack up underneath the transmission to get the weight off of it. I don't want to do that until we get the drive shaft pulled and all that. I'm probably going to go ahead and pull the U-joint apart on the yoke so I can strap the yoke in the back of the trans and not drop all the fluid, preferably. But we'll see how it goes. Usually whatever you plan for in that department goes horribly wrong and you end up with a big mess. So, in my experience, we are working old school right now. We're working wrenches only. But that's all right. Okay. And actually, might luck out here. These crossmember bolts are extremely loose. Like the whole thing is spinning, so it might be like rusted in place because this thing's a little rusty. And I might be able to just pull them out and then knock the crossmember out later on. It's kind of slow going, guys. Sorry. I mean, I guess it'd be nicer if I was working with like impacts or power tools or whatever, like I said before. kind of makes it tough when you're streaming. It's a lot of noise. And they cost money, man. They cost lots of money. And your boy ain't got it right now. I've got a few of them, but they're not going to do what I'm doing here. So we're stuck doing it, you know, the manual way, but that's all right. Never hurt me. Just slowed me down, and usually slowing me down helps me from getting hurt. So, oh no, that cross member dropped as soon as we loosened that bolt there. That nut, so that's fine. And we got a pretty good breeze kicking up right now, and it feels damn good, dude. Nothing like rusty old bolts, you guys. God, it's just my favorite. Almost done with this side, though, and then we'll move over to the other side and take it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these style nuts. They're a locking nut, but they're oblong. So they're not perfectly round. They're egg-shaped. And what they do is, as soon as you get the nut down there at the stud coming through the nut for the bolt, it pinches on the threads a little bit. It's almost like, imagine taking a nut and hammering it on one side. We got a big old drive shaft here. Like I said, I really want to take this U-joint apart and probably zip tie the yoke in, because it's a slip yoke. That way it all comes out together. I've got this side trans mount, this side of the cross member. Now we're going to go over here to the other side and do the same thing. Although I better be careful, because it might tip down and smack me in the fucking mouth if I'm under it. So I don't want to pull these bolts while I'm doing it, because that would not be fun at all. Do not want to bust myself in the face with a fucking transmission today, or any day really, but especially right now. Okay. This side might be a little hair easier on us, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But it's nice to dream, right? Damn, that wind is kicking up a lot. I'm not gonna complain though, because it's, I don't know if you guys can hear it on the mic, but it feels damn good. There must be a storm rolling in or something, because it looks like the sun's went behind a cloud. But yeah, compared to that heat we had all day, that feels really nice. Okay. Now this bolt is loose and wants to slide out, but we're going to leave it in place so this cross member can't drop too far just yet, while we loosen the second one. Oh. Looks like I got some water dripping out the exhaust here at the flange. Must have moved things around enough that it's just letting some water that was collected in there get down to this flange. You motherfucker. Ah! This is not fun by any means. This is the less glamorous side of this job, right? Okay. 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 Let's both. Let's see. Now we're resting on that, I'm sure. Oh, okay. I can lift this up. This is not going to hurt me like I thought it would. Because we're kind of bouncing a little bit. Okay. Now we got to wiggle bolts out and whatnot. Maybe give them a little suggestion on which way to go, you know. Okay. From what I can tell, there's one out. Our other one's kind of pinched right now, unfortunately. We got it. Let's try. I'm actually really surprised at how stiff those motor mounts still are. Because they're holding. I guess it's the exhaust too, more than likely. Probably the exhaust holding it along with the motor mounts. So when we cut it, it's probably going to fall back. So we got motor mounts, drive shaft, and exhaust at this point. Of course, all our tools are underneath there. I'm going to get a refill of tea real quick. Check the chat. Marco DeSimmons, oh, how I wish this would be easy to do where I live. Nice to see a stream working on a car truck. Hey, I appreciate you, Marco. Marco De Simone, I appreciate you very much. Taylor Bruce said, you dirty. You're doing great, my guy. Keep it going. Appreciate you, bub. Appreciate you a lot. This is what I intend on doing right now. This is a temporary setup in my barn because I've got a little concrete pad that comes in that I can nose vehicles in on. But I'm putting up an 18 by 24 garage over here. Did a bunch of dirt work. I actually need to get out and put a TikTok or something up so you guys can see it. Like, I had more work done and then spread 10 tons of gravel by hand. But it looks great. It works great. It's the best setup I've ever had down here. We dug a ditch across the front from the driveway that comes down the hill for drainage, and we stopped the gravel there because I've still got to dig my holes to put my pylons up that we're mounting the garage on. I'm hoping to get about an extra 2 feet of height in the center of it. It sits, I think, around 16 feet right now. We'll be closer to like 17, 18 feet. Just to get a little more height because I plan on putting a 2-post lift in there. So we'll see how it goes. I've got another job coming up tonight. I'm putting a mode door actuator on a 3500 Chevrolet 99-06. But it's not wanting to switch between defrost and all that. We manually moved it over to where it's blowing out the vents and got her AC working. Her blower motor resistor was bad and changed it out. So she's got AC, but she's wanting to be able to switch it back to defrosting, you know, rainy days when it's fogging up the windshield and stuff like that. I don't blame her one bit. But also, she texted me today, and the truck's having some running issues too. So we get to work on a Duramax. Yay! My favorite thing in the whole fucking world. I hate a Duramax with a passion. Any of you that have ever turned a wrench on a Duramax knows exactly what I'm talking about. Good news is, I know a guy who specializes in Duramax. Gets people from East Tennessee and Southeastern Kentucky and Middle Tennessee, and they come from all over to have him work on their Duramaxes. So, Sci fans, what's going on? How we doing today? Sorry that most of this stream is me under here right now. You guys can't see me. Again, we're working with a basic setup out here, just trying to get some automotive content on the channel. I don't want to put too much effort into this setup because as soon as the garage is up, we're wiring it for sound, lights, cameras, you name it. And I'm going to set up a stream deck to where when I'm out there working, I can literally just tap and say, hey, I'm going into the car and switch mics or switch cameras, and it'll be whatever's underneath or whatever. So we've got a lot of plans, but we got to get the garage up first, and that takes money and time. So it is what it is, but we're doing good. We're getting there. We're a little closer every day. I tell you, though, it's been a lot of work, guys. I leveled off about a 20 by 30 pad by hand, and then paid my cousin to come out with his dozer and knock down the rest of the dirt and level it out the best he could, and then got some gravel in here for another friend. And my buddy that hauled the gravel for me, he's bringing me his dump truck to paint. We're going to stream that. We're going to do it right out here, right outside. I'm going to paint his dump truck for the gravel that's going to go down once the garage pylons are up. So, should be pretty cool. I got a baby yelling at me. Yeah. No, I'm streaming right now. I'm mic'd up right now. It's okay. Hey, just let her play on the back porch. It's all right. Three-year-old throwing a fit because she wants to come down here in the barn. And usually I let her, but I'm not trying to have her around all this. Grab some tools from under here. And we'll see if we can't get some motor mounts loose. My girls are up there fighting with each other. All right, guys. Sorry about all the clanging here. Trying to get all these wrenches up. Or these sockets and wrenches. I'm not setting them on that core support. I still haven't found that bit driver 10 that we lost. It is still just gone to this day. I don't know where in the world it ended up, actually. It doesn't really make a lick of sense. I thought maybe it got caught in this, but these channels go all the way through and there's nothing stuck down in them. I thought maybe it was on the bottom of the core support under the radiator. Not there either. I had a bug just fly at my nose. Of course, my hands are covered in grease right now. Hey, mate, your stream pretty cool. I really love it. We also join your dedicated fan and friend. If you don't mind asking on Discord. Appreciate you. But 9 times out of 10, when I add somebody on Discord, it's some kind of bot stuff or something along those lines, or something like a graphics artist wanting to sell their services, and I appreciate it. So I don't really do it anymore, but I do appreciate you dropping in and dropping a comment. Let's see if we can't do a little work up top here. Be in frame for just a moment or two at least. Let's also see if we can break a 3/8 ratchet, right? Because we might as well. I think we have yet to break a tool live on stream. So, well, oh, she's actually going to turn. I'll take that too. Wait, shit, hell yeah. Once we get these unbolted, these motor mounts, we'll be able to cut the exhaust, pull drive shaft, and we're done. I'm gonna see. I don't think it will. I don't know. I'm gonna see if this little 1/4 inch impact I've got will zip these bolts out. It might not. It might not, but man, it'd be nice. I know they're loud, but if I break them loose. Yeah, it pulls them once they're loose. I don't know about when they're tight. We're going to have to go into the wheel well if we can get in through there. All right, Chevy harness, get out of my way. Sorry about all the noise there. I'm hearing it playing through where my stream's got a delay. I'm hearing the impact noise now. Just exactly what I was bitching about earlier, or talking about earlier, I guess. Not wanting to do was make all that freaking noise. All right, yeah. Get some of this wiring harness up out of our damn way. I think I'm even, yeah, I'm still on screen. Heck yeah. I don't know that this little impact is going to do anything when it comes to breaking these guys loose, but we're going to try for science, right? Not without extensions. We're not getting in there, and extensions are going to rob our power, and it's not going to work. So we'll go ahead and break them loose the old-fashioned way, and then try to come in and zip them out so we're not sitting here cranking all day long. Oh, I didn't even need the cheater bar. Okay. There's that wind kicking up again. Yeah. Making a lot of noise. Not doing a whole lot, unfortunately. So we're going to slide our butts right in here and get her a little more loose. Maybe now. Nope. The little impact that couldn't. I had a Power Torque from O'Reilly's 1/2 inch, and the battery took a crap on me. And then I modified a battery, and that battery took a crap. So I think the impact itself was bad. So I'm not modifying another battery and losing another one. But yeah. Like I said earlier, guys, we're working with what we got. And right now, ain't a whole lot. But, I mean, it is a whole lot. Don't get me wrong. I've got every tool I need to work on about anything right here in this barn. But I could be set up better. And one day I hope to be. Once we're in the actual garage and all that. I don't understand why this thing won't loosen up at all. Well, I mean, it does, but it's turning. But it's still just about as tight as it was. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting towards the end of it. Oh, it's just rusty as shit. Fucking. There we go. I kept feeling like I had to sneeze. Sorry about that, guys. Probably gross. Let's see if we can get in here. Break this last one loose. Trying to squeeze the cheater bar on there. Just to make my life easier. This is really tight with the steering shaft in here. Kind of in the fucking way. If you're scientific about it, you know. Again, I don't think this little guy here is going to do what we're wanting it to do, but that doesn't stop me from trying. Yep, just making a bunch of noise. It's barely turning. Ho, 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 hum. This one might be a little more difficult than what I planned. The steering shaft is just really at a weird spot. Like if you try to use an extension, I probably need to, I guess if I want to do it by hand, I'll just grab a 3-inch and do it on top of this to get it up above that shaft so I can just turn freely. The problem with using extensions, adapters, shit, is it does rob you of your power. Like with power tools especially, you're losing it within that shaft, whatever twist and movement you're getting from it. Okay. Now with that there, we can rest that on the steering shaft and then just turn. Whew. Been leaning over like that doing that sucks. Like that will wear you out pretty quick. We might be far enough out to get it with this. Let's get our feet out from under the crank just in case she tries to jump. That would fucking suck because I'm in Crocs. By golly. Motor mount numero uno is spanked, y'all. We got her out. She's unbolted. Now this side is probably going to be even more fun. And that's just because we've got all these hoses. So I'm probably going to do real quick, let's do myself a favor and pull these hoses back off or pull them off all the way. Because we've got expansion tank hoses, we've got heater core hoses, we got a little bit of everything right there. All trying to come out and play at the same time. So now the reason I hadn't removed these heater hoses yet is much like everything else on this truck, they are factory quick release style. And they're kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, or they like to break sometimes. So, had not done them yet. We'll go up another size. Use my channel locks to wiggle that back and forth and get it off that flange. I guess I don't have to disconnect the quick disconnects themselves. I just need to get the hoses out of the way. So that's fine. We need a 13, looks like, to pull these trans lines off. There's your 14, there's your 10. Go ahead and put these sockets all back up real quick so I don't end up with a mess of tools, wondering what's what and what goes where and all that jazz. We need the 15 still. I need the 13 here. And we'll go ahead and use that same, actually we'll probably go ahead and use the impact on these guys because these guys should not be tight. Well, they're tight, but their torque spec is not motor mount torque spec. So, well, I said it. Look at that. Made a liar out of me immediately. Pull off some extensions. Nope. Fine then. We'll do this the hard way. All right. One of the AC lines disconnected and out of the way. I'm gonna grab some tape for that. That one came right out, no problem. And this is just a little straight line that we can blow out individually. There's got a little muffler built into it. Now, with extensions, I should be able to get to all these motor mount bolts. Is everything good and cleared out of our way now? We can see all of them, get down to them, have room to ratchet and whatnot. Let's see. Put our 15 back on. Our other two extensions. Let's do our best to get these guys broke loose and then hopefully use our impact to finish them out like we did the other side. But we'll see. I'll tell you what we need to do with every one of these, most likely. Just hit them with the sauce. The sauce balls. Because that's all. Again, you guys caught me the second time in this stream. Put it away. Don't put it down. That's my constant struggle right there, you guys. Got to put things back where they go, not on a horizontal surface. Hey now. Hey now. That penetrating oil does pretty good. The Schaefer's I'm using. Because you guys just watch me sitting there struggle. You listen to me huffing and puffing in the mic. Sprayed it. Came back to it. Pulled it out with the impact. Work smarter, not harder. I know I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. How cool would that be? Be sponsored by like Schaefer, get their oil. Get their Penetro 90 is what they call that. Good stuff. Just for shits and giggles. I want to see if the impact will pull it without breaking it loose. It will not, which is not at all surprising. But it was worth a shot. Let's see if we can go through this wheel well. Make our lives a little easier. I know this back bolt can be the way to go. Well, we're starting to rain outside, so that's cool. All right, well, we're not getting to that one. Oh, we did get no. That was the right one. I thought I was on a different one. Whew. I'm gonna try this with 2 less extensions. Getting a little more leverage than I'd mind to get. Your boy Timmy Ice. I like how it says don't be an asshole. Yeah, my chat rules are pretty simple. How you doing, man? It's been a while. I've got the new studio in there. I don't know if you've seen it. And then I've got this out here so I can work on vehicles and shit and do my video gaming and all that. So, pretty cool. How you been, dude? Been a minute. Sorry, I can't hear my chat. I have my text-to-speech on, but I can't hear all that right now. I can read it. I've got a monitor mounted here. All that's coming through the wall for the camera, the wireless mic on my collar here, and this here. It's been a hot minute, man. I'm so busy with work. I understand that completely, dude. I'm back to working from home, turning wrenches and streaming, man. These are my 2 forms of income, if you will. But it's pretty cool because I take the streams, that's all my raw footage, and then I can edit that down and clips from it and whatever, and make long and short form content to upload to TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all that. So I like it pretty well. It's pretty cool. But I do understand the working, man. That shit never stops, unfortunately. Use the light off this guy. If nothing else, that'll help me with that. Now that, if you heard it, was a big old crack of lightning. Well, it's thunder. But yeah, that was a good one right there. All right, let's try to get some more penetrating on that. I hope that after cracking both of those loose, maybe this oil will get down under there, because I know it helped a lot in that first one, I'll tell you that. Looks like my nephew's running down here. You guys will see him coming in just a second. Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. I was gonna let you know that sprinkler.
Yeah, I'm streaming out here too.
I know. I was watching it earlier on TikTok.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I'm back on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick now. Yeah, dude, that penetrating oil from Schaefer's is the way to go, you guys. That's the second one that I can crack loose, hit it with it, and then this little 1/4-inch impact takes it right out. So, heck yeah. Let's see if this one comes. That one's not going to be so easy. We need to give it a little more force. This is our final motor mount bolt, though. And she's going to be a booger, I'll tell you that right now. It is tight. I do appear to be getting a little lean to everything with that transcross member out, which is to be expected. I figured the motor mount was probably holding quite a bit of it up. But the heads will just lean back into the firewall. We'll be all right. I'll get a jack up under there later when we go to hook up the cherry picker, just so I can bolt everything up right. I do have the engine leveler hooked to it. I'm not a fan of the fact of how much it makes it hang down, because I have to get more lift then, or I get less lift because of how long this is. But if you bolt it on and get it down, get this bar low in the intake valley, this is great when pulling motors and trans together because you're getting the ability to level the whole thing as you're going from the front crank there. So if you're doing this kind of thing, I'd recommend it before I dip back down there. Yeah, I'm both happy from Simpsons and Papa John's right now. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Papa John's sounds fucking amazing. We don't have one in the town I live in. Like, the town above us, the north side of it, they've got one. So I don't ever get Papa John's. That's like the best fucking fast pizza joint. Like the fast food style pizza joints, I guess. Papa John's is definitely the GOAT. Pizza Hut used to be back in the day. They were good. They were damn good. But Pizza Hut has fucking fallen, my friend. We might be able to get it with this impact now. Maybe. And there's our last motor mount bolt. Fucking finally. That sucked. Those were a pain in the ass. But motor mounts on both sides are free now, guys. Yee. So that leaves drive shaft and exhaust. That list is getting shorter and shorter and shorter the farther we go along. Still green on my mic. We got our other one plugged in, but the question is that charger plugged in? We've got so many chargers going on here. Okay, it is. Cool. So it's charged, that's why it's off. That's fine. Let me think here. Everybody and their brother tries to put a fucking bag over the tail shaft of the trans or something. They always bust. They always come off. The yoke's always the way to go. Shit, give me 1 second. Ex-wife. She'd come and get the baby after a while. She'd let me know she was getting out of work. So, no big deal. Everything's good. Cheers. Pizza Hut. Can't not think of football players screaming, "You can't out pizza the Hut." Yeah, right. You can out pizza the Hut if you just go down the street to Papa John's. You made the right choice, my friend. Holy shit. But yeah, man, I'm actually live. I've been multi-streaming for a while now. I'm live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok right now, man. Doing all of them at the same time. Actually, I need to run in here and see if I can add my TikTok to my OBS, my TikTok chat to my OBS, so I can see it, and my Kick one if there's a way to do it. Give me 1 second, guys. I didn't think about that part. I didn't have my TikTok chat. Like, they can hear me right now, but I don't have my TikTok chat.
Can they hear us in here?
Huh?
Can they like hear me right now?
On my mic, they can, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't know.
shit.
I think you can knife those guys. So.
Ah, shit. Now I have to check my email.
I think this big TV comes in handy, really.
It does. Sorry, chat. Give me 1 second here. Okay, now my TikTok live chat's logged in. Oh, Twitch isn't doing bad. I got 4 viewers.
Yeah, I was looking at all that earlier.
There we go. I needed my activity feed because I couldn't see what was going on with all that.
You think the weather's gonna bother any of your work on the truck or no?
Nah.
That's good.
Oh shit! I've got 2 new followers on Kick since we've been on here, dude.
That's pretty good.
It doesn't give me the option for my Kick chat, but no.
Oh, no.
No. I would just take a picture of them and search for them with Google Lens and see what they are. That's your easiest way of identifying that kind of stuff.
The general rule with mushrooms is
Yo,
kills and kills.
what's poppin'?
I was walking and I just looked down and there's some big ones sitting in.
I was adding my activity feed up.
See, they're coming here.
Sorry about that, guys. I was playing with my OBS. I added my activity feed as well as my TikTok chat. Apple